SBR Forum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
We are previewing College Football Week 2 here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking with Steve from collegefootballwinning.com. He is our featured college football handicapping analyst this year at SBR Videos. Steve, a game you wanted to talk about that you think you have an edge on is Western Kentucky at Alabama. And this is interesting. I'm curious to see where you think the edge is. Alabama's a 40-point home favorite, and obviously it looks like they could name the margin if they want to, but they may not necessarily be fully motivated here. They are coming off of their dominating win over Michigan, and then they have number 8 SEC opponent Arkansas coming up next week. They only beat Western Kentucky by 34 in 2008, so I'm thinking maybe Western Kentucky plus 40 is the side here. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. Maybe the safest and simplest general characterization of successful college football handicapping is find the hype and bet against it.
Right.
And Alabama is certainly the most hyped team in the country. I'm not saying it's undeserved, but I am saying that everyone thinks Alabama could name the score and then just put it up. Willie Taggart, the head coach of Western Kentucky, has done a phenomenal job. This is his 3rd season. He inherited a no-win team. Last year they had 10 wins against the spread and 7 wins straight up. Western Kentucky, this team returns 9 offensive starters from last year, including a 4-year starting quarterback, a now 4-year starting quarterback. Defensively, they have 7 starters. They have 3 of their top 4 tacklers. They rank in the top 3 nationally for returning lettermen. This is not a team that is going to lay down for Alabama. And as you said, as you were hinting at, this looks like it could be a look-ahead spot for Alabama, as much as Nick Saban would hate to believe that. So Alabama's favored by 40, and about 84% of the betting public is on them. So almost nobody is taking Western Kentucky. Wow. That has happened since 2003. 5 times home teams have been favored by 40 or more points and receive more than 80% of the betting action. Those teams are 0-5 against the spread since 2003. When Western Kentucky gets at least 20 points, they are 67% against the spread. When they're the visiting team and they get less than 25% of the betting action, like in this game, they are almost 73% against the spread. Since Nick Saban has been at Alabama, his Crimson Tide have been favored by 40 or more points 4 times. They are 1-3 against the spread in those games. So we even have a comparable example to this game from last year, and it's when Western Kentucky went to then number 1 LSU, and LSU was a 40-plus point home favorite, and Western Kentucky lost by 33 points, but they covered the spread. And this is a better Western Kentucky team. So here's an interesting note. Willie Taggart, Western Kentucky's head coach, he was on Stanford's coaching staff in 2007 when they pulled off that monster upset against the 40-point home favorite, number 1 or number 2 ranked USC. That's just an interesting note. I think this is a look-ahead spot for Alabama. It is not for Western Kentucky. 40 points is just too much.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. And not only do we have, we only need to look back to last week to see a comparable example with the Oregon-Arkansas State game. I mean, Oregon, they were up by, what was it, 50 at the half, and they probably could have won by 100 if they wanted to, but they didn't want to. And Arkansas State came back and got the cover and rewarded their backers with a cash. So I think you're on the right side here, Steve. Thanks.